So Cincinnati was named after, well, actually it was named after this Society of Cincinnati, which like a lot of people didn't like because it's like really elitist and stupid, which is really funny because Cincinnati's not elitist. I mean, they think they are, but it's not. So yeah, but the actual name Cincinnatus comes from this Roman guy. His name was Cincinnatus. Yeah, Cincinnati's the name, and then Cincinnatus is what it was named after. So Cincinnatus was this Roman dude, and he was like super cool, normal dude. Like if you look up pictures of him, he's like kind of like a stocky dude. He's fine, and he was like a badass, and that whenever there was like a war, they would like go call him and be like, "Hey, will you be our dictator?" And then they'd be like, "Yeah," or like they'd ask him to be dictator, and so he was like hanging out one day, and he was hanging out, like he was plowing his fields, like not in a sexy way, but like just like plowing fields and like doing whatever in Italy. And all the Roman people were like, "Hey, we're in a war. Will you come take over our people?" And he was like, "Okay." And so he's like, his wife lady, was like, "Give him my toga." And so she like gave him his toga, and he like put it on, and then he was like, "Okay, I am dictator of Roman people." And so he like went to like capital Rome or whatever, and was like, "I'm in charge." And then they had like their like battles and stuff, like algae people or like Evian people. I don't know. Like he was like really against the plebeians, and he fought them, and they all like died or went away. And he was like, "Okay, well it's done. I'm gonna go back to work." And he was like, "I'm done being, I don't know what was like dictator." And so he went back to work. And then, like, years later, they came back, and they were like, "Will you do it again?" He was like, "Yes." And so he came up, and he was like, "Okay, do it again." And he put on his little robe again, and, like, let out over everybody. But the reason that people love him so much is because whenever he was, like, asked to be in power or whatever, he was like, "Fine, I'll do it." And he, like kill everybody and, like, get rid of them. But he, like, immediately afterward would be like, "I'm done." And so it's the same way, like, everybody thought the same thing of, like, George Washington, of, like, not trying to be, like, a dictator forever. Like, just being like, "Okay, I'm in charge, I'm going to take care of this, and then it's done." And so Cincinnati was named after that, I guess, in some way. But